We're here with Ann Baker Horsey, the Curator of Collections for the Delaware State Museum System. Ann, it's great to see you.
Thank you, Maria. It's good to be here.
Give us a little bit of a history about Woodburn.
Woodburn was once a part of a tract of about 400 acres. It was known as David Morgan's cow pasture. That was in 1682, and then by 1790 it got down to about 8 acres, and it was, the house was built by Charles Hilliard, and at the time it was considered to be one of the finest Georgian examples of architecture in the region.
Speaking of architecture, can you talk a little bit about it, because it is both interior and exterior?
Yes, the architecture of Woodburn is very special. It does display the finest examples of the time period, and especially on the interior, the wood paneling, the cornices in each room. It display the finest wood carver's art, and it's really a high style in a country setting, and that's what makes it so special. Also, the proportions of the house are grand. And even though it's a small house, they work, and it makes it all the more that way. Also, a good feature of the house is the front door. It's divided in half, which is kind of an unusual feature, but only in the finest of the Georgian homes do you find this. And also the fan light over the front door is pretty special too.
Now, you've worked with every administration since the Tribbett administration. So what was that like? Are there different modes of style for each administration?
Yes, each governor and governor's wife, first lady, do put their stamp on the governor's house, and they make it into their home, whether they live here full time or not. And it's their own personal style that they do bring into the house. Each one has worked with a designer or a curator to make that happen.
Now, we're looking at the, I guess, decisions and style decisions of the Markel administration. You removed some of the furniture that was here originally and brought some in. What was that like?
Well, as I said, each governor and first lady do make the decisions on what pieces they would like to see stay, what they would like to change. And so in this one, it was, we did take a lot of furniture out. We brought some back in. Some pieces were added that the Markels liked, and their friends who helped them do that. And so it was kind of a happy mix of antiques and new furniture in each of the rooms.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about a few pieces that you really consider stunning.
Okay. There is a piece in the living room or the parlor that is a late 18th century Chippendale cabinet that does have the state platter showing the state seal in it, and also some of the state china. And it's a pretty special piece, and it's been here through every administration.
And in terms of the color scheme, who decided what colors were going to go on the walls? I know they've changed quite dramatically. They
have, from administration to administration. These colors were chosen because they're comfortable colors, they're elegant colors. As I said, they're livable, but they make you feel at ease, they make you feel at home, and they work together. They work with the carpets and all the fireplaces, so that's why they were chosen.
And the concept of the People's House, what first lady did that actually originate with?
The People's House was actually came from Martha Carper, and I think Jean Tribbett, though, was and Mrs. Terry probably said, this house is open for everybody. And Mrs. Terry was the first lady to live here and said it does belong to the people. But I think the so-called People's House, Martha Carper first kind of put those words together.
Well, I know the tours are very popular, especially this time of year, and we thank you so much, Ann, for your time.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.